Life before the God encounter was, for lack of a better term, questionable. It was right after COVID had, started, and we're quarantined, and I'm the mom of four, married for a bunch of years, a great guy, but my youngest son, Elijah, went back to school and developed a vocal cord paralysis. And it began with him gasping for air and me crying out to God, like, Lord, what's going on with my son? You gave me his name. His name is Elijah, and I need a word from you for my son. And my son went back to school virtually. He became very depressed, very despondent. He got into a very dark place. And having been to the Marriage God Encounter, a girl that I went there with won a pass to come to the Women's God Encounter and pretty much coerced me into coming. And I didn't think I was going to get anything out of it, truth be told, because I had been on the floor, flat-faced, crying. And I said, God, you're not hearing me. So at the God Encounter, there were two women that were so amazingly strategic the way God placed them. One is Nikki Rogers, and the other one, I think her name is Andrea. And they both prayed with me and led me through different areas of forgiveness. I kind of felt these weird things falling off of me. It was very strange. But Nikki specifically spoke to me, and she said, I want you to pray over your son. And I said, lady, I've been doing that. She says, no, the Lord is telling me for you to place your hands over the part of his body that's affected and pray inconspicuously. Like, how do I put my hands on my 15-year-old son's neck, inconspicuously pray with? I'm thinking I'm trying to choke him. Well, the same day of the God Encounter, he had a sleep study. I took him to the sleep study, and in the car the whole way there, I'm thinking what she told me and what the Lord led her to tell me. So we go to the sleep study, and test is done. We get home, he's got all this gunk in his hair that he can't get out. And he's like, Mom, can you help me wash my hair? And I said, that's weird. I'll get in the shower with him. And he says, no, in the tub. And I said, okay, the Lord is providing an opening for me to wash his hair. So as I'm washing all this stuff out of his hair, I'm praying conspicuously over his neck. And all I hear is the gasp for air and the choking, which had become commonplace for us for almost 3 months. Well, he lay down for a nap, and I took advantage to run some errands, and I got a text message from Elijah that says, Mom, I have a surprise for you. And I said, oh, great, maybe he did the laundry, maybe he got, some trash done, which he hadn't really been able to do, but maybe he's feeling a little better. And I get home, and my son says, Mom, listen. I'm like, what am I listening for, dude? I have to go to the bathroom. Like, let me go. Mom, listen. And he points to his throat, and all the gasping and the choking and all the noises were gone. And my son said, Mom, God didn't forget me. And all I could do was kneel on the floor and thank God, because a woman who didn't know me, two women who didn't know me, were obedient to the word of God and said, Ruby, this is what the Lord is telling me. Forgive, open your heart, let go of what's bothering you. And God will heal your son. Pray over him. And my son, today he's back into dancing, which he loves, and he's singing, and his voice is so much more different and powerful. And I fully believe the Lord changed his voice to worship him and to cry out to him. Having attended God Encounters before, I didn't think this one would be any different, but it's because of the posture of my heart, because I went to the other encounters fully expecting nothing to happen. For this one, I fully expected God to do something. I came in with a heart of expectation, and I came in with a heavy heart, because as a mom, when you can't fix your kids' problems, it's heartbreaking. But sometimes God lets us hit the bottom so we can take all those stones and pile them up and realize He's the rock at the bottom. And that's what I found that day. I found a circle of women at my table that didn't know me except for the one girl I came with, and fully and absolutely listened to what God was telling them, what God was putting in their hearts. And for a woman who didn't know me to ask me questions about my son, she did not know. That's not a coincidence. And God puts the pieces together because he's looking at us from 30,000 feet while we're looking at it at surface level. And I couldn't see what God had done. And someone even said to me, well, it's a coincidence that you went to a God encounter and your son got healed. I said, you're absolutely right, but it's not. So now my son has his own testimony that he can go and share with the world and people his age. Because our kids need to see miracles on this side of eternity to know that they're possible. So today life is different for me because, not because of a God encounter, but of what I encountered from God that day.